Hello, you all. Thank you for joining me once again. This here is Shavonda Marie with Love, Strength, and Love. Today, I have a special guest on. All my guests are special. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. But thank you so much for coming on. You can go ahead and introduce yourself whenever you're ready.
Hello, my name is Cortez Perry. I'm a devoted husband, awesome father, author, mentor, entrepreneur, amongst many things. I do a lot of things well enough to live how I want to live and where I want to live.
Man, I want to know how to get like that.
We're going to talk about it all today, whatever you want.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, y'all. So today's topic is personal transformation. Today we're talking about something every soul experience at some point in life. That is the moment when life calls to shift deeper than you ever have before. Transformation it's not always comfortable. Sometimes it comes with joy, but many times it comes through pain, loss, awakening, or just the quiet voice saying it's time to change. Personal transformation is not about becoming someone else. It is about returning to who you were meant to be. We are talking about releasing fears, letting go, and letting God handle it all. Faith is so important. Allowing yourself to walk through the lessons, walk through the struggles, and receive the blessings is something that is always going to help sharpen you and shape you to a better version of you. So, let's talk about it.
Agreed. Before we get started, I would like to give you a small gift. To be honest with you, I can show you emails that we talked a little bit off cameras. I get offers for podcasts all the time. I got 20 or 30 of them in an email, but I'm very selective on people that I speak to or partner with that I, feel comfortable with. So it was important for me, to help with your platform or have this conversation on your platform. We could talk about whatever you want to, open book.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, I want to say thank you once again, and I'm going to open this a little later because I don't want to show everybody what I got. Don't be trying to call me and see, can you share with what I got? So I'm going to open it off air. But I do want to say, it's just amazing. When I first met you, it was like something like, he is so inspirational. It's just he has to get on the show. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go talk to him. So I ended up over there talking to you and inviting you on the show. So again, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to know, how do you get to live comfortably, right? How do you get to allow yourself to still do what it is that you want to do, need to do, and still be this amazing person?
Well, first off, all praises to the Most High God. There's nothing that, from my experience, there was nothing that I could do or the things that I get to experience or, share that wouldn't be possible without God. So I thank Quentin also for the platform. I like to say that, I've been fortunate enough to come from a small town to where I know what like nothing looks like.
Right.
And I know what something looks like. So
Right.
I've had it and not had it 100 times. But the one thing I've learned through those things is you got to be the same when you up is the same when you're down.
Right.
So, having things or being able to afford things, it doesn't or it shouldn't, change who you are. It should just allow you to be able to afford a lot of other opportunities for other people, like my nephew and other, my children and things like that. So.
Right. Okay, y'all, we got to give a shout out to Nephew. He's in the building too. Look forward to him coming on to the Youth Podcast. Thank you so much, Nephew, coming in and just getting the experience. So personal transformation, spiritually, right? What does that look like for you?
Well, for me, I'll give a short synopsis on how, just like me and you met at an event, I met God like that. So I wasn't raised in church, or I don't know what all the protocol is, or all of that. To be honest with you, some of my associates or like I would say church acquaintances, they think I'm an alien.
Right.
Because I don't, I would be considered in biblical times maybe a heretic. I'm
Right.
serious about God. I
Right.
take him literally for word. Either you believe or you don't.
Right.
I can
Yep.
tell you first off that, be it according to your faith.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe little, you get little.
Right. Yep.
If you believe big, you get big.
Right.
I was bold and had the audacity to, when I found God, I only read the red words. They said, because that's what the Lord spoke himself. I didn't want to read nothing else.
Right.
I'm just reading the red words. All this
Right.
other is filler. I read the red words. And I grew up in a gambling house. And amongst other things, we provided a lot of services in our house. So,
Right.
and they used to tell me, don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing.
Right.
Right. And so what that meant that just meant in our household from side deals to side deals. Don't tell great grandma what grandma doing, But when I read for myself, and Matthew and read with understanding, meaning that, don't give out a free heart, and don't let the world know and stand on the soapbox, hey, yeah, I gave this to this charity or whatever it is, then that's what don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. Because you reaping your reward in the public in front of the people, that's it, instead of reaping your reward from the Lord. So spirituality, what it means to me is that, so how I started seeking God, I had a cousin. Now, I don't smoke weed because my cousin didn't smoke weed.
Right.
I was a little fat kid coming from the country on dirt road. We didn't have a place to dribble a basketball.
Right.
So when I was always back and forth from Milwaukee to Racine to Detroit to, I moved around a lot when I was little.
Right.
And stayed with different family members. So when we right up on Port Washington, right up the street. Like I was giving nephew a tour on the way here, and it brought back a lot of good memories. So he played basketball, so I wanted to play basketball. This is the
Right.
closest thing I had to an older brother. So when I moved to this city, big bad city, I didn't have no name to hide behind. It's like, oh, them Johnsons will get you. And I didn't have no older brothers or nothing, so I had to make it my way, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so he was the closest thing I had like to a big brother. Now, he was murdered by his roommate.
Wow.
Knew the guy. We, all come up together, know the guy. And I had to go clean his brains off the wall.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I'm sorry to hear
So
that.
for me, that moment, I was, since little, I kind of been in the field a little bit, and he was a good guy. Like he didn't smoke, he didn't do bad things. And I'm thinking like, man, if he got it like that, what do I deserve?
Right.
So that was the moment, like it really was thought like, man, why him and not me?
Right.
And that was the thing that kind of led me on my path to start trying to find out like, what is this all about? Like, what is this life thing? Because it makes no sense that he got it like that and I live. So
Right. Oh wow. That's deep. That's deep. Thank you for sharing that.
I mean, most things when you're seeking answers, all this really is just finding answers. When you're seeking answers, it's going to either come through adversity or trial or errors. So
Yep.
if you got everything and you grew up nice and fluffy and comfortable and everything, you're not looking for something to give you. You don't got no answers. My life is good. I'm great. So people, when you're going through things, it's not. Let me be the first to tell you, like when you're going through something, most often it's not even about you. Like you got to learn the lesson to be able to help somebody else. Let me say this, another thing too. From my perspective, I provide educational advice. We all believe that we're more important than we are. Mm-hmm. God said you like a blade of grass.
Right.
You here one day, the next day you gone, like
Yep.
this, literally. So what are you going to do with this time that you here?
Yep.
Who are you going to help? There's a phrase for bad guys that say you only as good as the last person you killed. What was the last thing you done?
Right.
I used to be a 5-pound baby.
Right.
What about now? I ain't talking about what we did in the 90s and what you did. All that's dead. What you doing right now?
Right.
So, we are important. I believe that everybody should be important to somebody. I think that's a lot of the problems with the youth, that it don't matter if it's just one person. Everybody should be important to somebody, to one person.
Yes.
And that will help circumvent a lot of emotional and self-esteem issues that we're dealing with and seeing, because that's really just truly what it is. You're dealing with trauma on top of self-esteem issues, on top of no answers, on top of no resources and being poor. Like being poor is the biggest adversary you'll ever have. The biggest battle I ever fought was being poor.
Right.
Because a lot of all of those other subcategories come from being marginalized or being, not having the needs that you need.
Right.
Whatever you believe that is. If that's food and shelter, if that's clothing, if that's respect or dignity or whatever it is, it comes from having a lack of substance is the reason why you make compromising decisions.
Right.
So when you're kind of in fight or flight when you grow up in the city and you don't have the things that you need, you in fight or flight. So I can say being on the other side of that literally, like when you don't have those things, you make compromising decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You may not do, it's some things that you wouldn't do if you had resources to not have to do that,
Yep.
like steal a car.
Yep.
Or like rob your neighbor.
Yep.
Man, I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when you are in starvation mode and hunger mode, then you can't put nobody in front of you like, man,
Right.
I like what bro doing this. I aspire to do that. I want to, write books and give away stuff and help people and things like that. But you thinking about how I'm gonna feed me and my little brother and sister tonight.
Right.
You can't put nothing else in front of you. So when you in that mode, I understand how people do that. But I can tell you, man, if you live long enough, man, if you could come out on the other side of it, if you can live long enough. When you gambling, my great grandma taught me, if your money lasts, your luck will change. That's the same thing with your life. If you live long enough, you'll see things change for real.
Yep.
Just like that.
Wow. So how does faith help people transform their pain into power? We see it, or we didn't heard about it within you, right? A lot of people that knows you have seen it within you. Can you tell other people out there how can they transform pain into power?
Okay, that's an awesome question. It's that's an awesome question. That's a hour-long conversation just in that. That's an awesome question. So, transforming your pain into power looks like really being fed up with yourself. Now, for me, my wife and I, we just got back. I came back from Houston on a red eye. I got here 3 a.m. to be here at your show. We was in Houston 10 days having a great time. I came back. We got to cut it short. I got to be here.
I feel special.
So my wife, when I was having a conversation, and she was asking about shout out to Maria Perry Pucci. That's my
Shout out, wife. Yes.
That's the one. We was having a conversation on the plane. She's like, how does a person like cheat on their wife or something like, or something like what goes in a guy's mind and things like that.
Right.
And I'm like, there's a lot of factors that goes into it, but it's not like everything isn't just like a conscious decision of where a person is doing, but everybody still, if you can dish it, you got to be able to take it. So leading to your question, if you say, how do you change your trauma into triumph, essentially, is that you gotta weigh yourself with the same scales. So if you gonna go knock this girl head off because she cheated, but you cheated and didn't get caught, it's the same thing. You can't be a hypocrite.
Right.
So you gotta judge yourself with the same scales you judge somebody else with.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with Trump and Trump, man. If you ain't doing no good.
Right.
I spoke at your cousin's funeral. Young girl took a pill bad. I know the family forever. We've been locked in. That's how he got here. Me and his family been locked in 30 years, right?
Right.
Seeing everything under the sun. I say everybody don't look at nobody. Drop your head, close your eyes, and pray. Who's sick of themselves? Raise their hand. The whole building. Everybody, I'm sick of you. You sick of you. Should be sick of you. You should be sick of not having what you want.
Yes.
You should be sick of seeing your people struggle and not being able to do nothing about it.
Yes.
But you can do something about it. Mm-hmm. You could change yourself. You could change your discipline. You could change the way you think. You could change the way that you move. And you change yourself first off, and then people gravitate to that. And then you teach them how to change themselves if they want it. And I'm going to tell you, if you want it, it's been nothing on this earth that I wanted that I didn't get. I might have didn't get it when I wanted it, but I got it.
You got it. Yep. And that's the most amazing thing. It takes time. It's a process. If you get it too fast, you moving too fast.
And you don't got the lessons to go with it to be able to sustain it or appreciate it. Is the truth.
Yes. So guess what, y'all? Allow it to be steady, slow and steady. It runs the waves. So, how do you recognize when God is calling you to transform or shift your life?
Another hour-long question. you hit today. My little baby, I got two sons, a 26-year-old, Shantez Kamar Hines Perry, and a 2-year-old, Beckham Hudson Alfonso Perry. This the deal. My wife say, if it's a girl,
Is that your wife, Elizabeth Perry?
that is.
Hey,
Sweet-
shots out, wifey. Hey, queen.
Sweet Poochie. She say, this was the deal. She say, if it's everybody want a girl, we got a lot of boys in the family on both sides. If it's a girl, I'm going to name her. If it's a boy, she going to name him, right? So we didn't want to know the gender or none of that. It's over in months or, 3-4 months in. And just like me and you talking, I'm having the same thing with the book. I'm like, I wasn't asleep. I was kind of like having like a nap, like a day nap a little bit, just resting. And God told me what to name this boy. And he was going to be a boy. 4 months in, I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I ain't want to alarm her. I wrote it down on a piece of paper and waited like 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And so when we go to the ultrasound, I had them wrote this down and put the date and everything and told her, it's going to be a boy. I know I'm not supposed to name him, but God said this is his name. and it ended up working like that. So God talked to me like how me and you talking to me, honest, me personally. Now, I can tell you this too. You gotta be tuned in. When I mean tuned in, like you judge your spirit by the spirit. So you gotta be, the Holy Spirit is the one that let me know the other two is real personally for me.
Right.
So, you kind of gotta be in tune to know when it is God speaking. But God confirms his word. So I say, young people, anybody know when we're talking about God, some people may believe this grass is God.
Right.
Be it according to your faith. I openly speak online Thursdays against all religion. I'm not with any religion.
Yes.
If you call it Buddha, Ra, whatever, whatever religion you have that makes you be a better person and you feed the sick, help the blind, you help widows, whatever, go with that. Have fun with it. If your religion says you can beat your wife, cheat on your kids, give them a serpent instead of a loaf of bread, I don't go with that. So all this religious things are what, your skirt is too short and raise your hand. We ain't with none of that.
Right.
I don't know about that. I wasn't raised in church, so I'm not, confined that way. So when what was I trying to thought? I'm sorry.
You were talking about you wasn't raised in church. You don't know about all
just in that moment with your question, your original question.
Oh, the original question was, how do people recognize when God is
recognize when God? So I told her, so when I'm saying to stay closer, stay tuned in to God so that you can hear his word, God confirms his word. That's what I'm saying, young people. So if you don't know what we're talking about, when you didn't make yourself, whatever you call it, you didn't make yourself, because if you did, you could change yourself.
Right.
You'll be taller, you'll be faster, you'll be darker or lighter, whatever you prefer. You didn't make yourself. So you have to give some credence to your creator.
Yes.
There's a big ball of fire in the sky in the daytime. It's called the sun. People call it the sun. There's a big ball of fire or a light in the sky at night so you can see. You didn't have nothing to do with that.
Right.
Something did that.
Yep,
So it's something greater than you. Let's get that right away.
It's always,
Now, you didn't make yourself. So God confirms his word in 2s or 3s. So just like me and you talking, in this conversation, it's going to be something that all 3 of us, or according to all 4 of us, it'll be a conversation where it's something you haven't even told nobody about at all, something you've been thinking about or meditating about or wanted to know, and it's going to come up in a conversation. That's God.
Right.
You might see a TV show or a billboard and it go through and bring you to recollection, like, man, I was thinking that's God. Or God will audibly, verbally tell you, don't do that.
Yep.
What you thinking is the wrong thing, don't do that. Don't say that. Literally. So that's how God confirms his word.
Yes. Oh my God. I don't know, y'all. This is something amazing, right? And for some reason, I got a teardrop in my eye right now, and that's just confirming that yes, he been working on me, and a lot of people around me can see that, right?
That's
but
good.
It's a thing of they don't believe or understand that I'm on a whole nother journey. So it's hard for me, and it's been hard for me to walk through like kind of distancing myself from them or
Okay.
moving a different type of way. And it's been not just me, but my family. It's been a whole struggle on us. And it's like we grew up in a church, but we didn't grow up in the church. I seen two different sides of it. So me and religions it's the same. It's similar. I believe what goes around comes around. Everything happened for a reason. And like you said, there's a higher power. Something created us and created this earth. So again, a lot of our people, my people, I'm going to say, has been going through the healing journey. But a lot of them do not understand when God call and tell you it's time to shift, it's time to shift.
Okay.
So I just want you to kind of touch on that just for, them and the people that's close to me and not really understanding it. Just kind of touch up on it for me.
Okay.
Help them
Okay.
if you can.
Now let me tell you, you're not by
And,
yourself. I have a phrase. Putting words to things help me put them in a box. Because
Okay.
we see and deal with outrageous things. We can't understand how a woman could have a kid, wrap them up, put them in the garbage.
Right.
That's absurd. We can't understand how a person could go on a Walmart, never met, had a problem with these people, shoot 60, 70 people and kill themselves.
Right.
So for you to be able to live and be able to understand and even walk outside without being petrified, you have to have a source, I believe. You have to have faith in a
Yes.
source. That's what the only things that allows me to be bold and speak on and do everything I do, right? For people who don't have God or don't know God and not seeking Him, I have no idea how they make it. And I can't speak to that at all. But for you, you're not by yourself. There's going to be the phrase that I say, that comfort is the enemy. If you comfortable, that means that you're not growing.
Right.
Every day you're not growing, you're not learning, you dying. To me, I can learn from a baby. My 2-year-old son teach me stuff every day, literally.
Right.
So when you so having a son, right, having a 2-year-old and a 26-year-old, from maybe the 26-year-old doing everything wrong to trying to do correct it with the 2-year-old, right? Mm-hmm. People, if you allow them to, people tell you who you are.
Yes.
People tell you what you are or what you can do. Don't let nobody tell you who you are or what you can do.
Right.
Nobody. Your
Right.
mama, it don't matter what it is.
Right.
So when people say like, you going to Dubai, or man, they do this over there. Fam, did you go over there and they done you that?
Right. How
What
do
are you
know?
talking about? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, or like, bro, you learning Mandarin, like, what you gonna use it for? It don't matter if I just order my Chinese food with it.
Right.
You understand? So you don't put no restrictions. People put their fears and they shortcomings and they whatever made them shrink to not be the biggest and the best self that they could be. People project those things on you because they
Yep.
familiarity breeds contempt. So the more you're around a person, the more they see your light, like they like, no, you're going to outshine me. You're going
Right.
to go further than me. You're going to make me feel bad and compare, but that's a feeling that you having. Instead
Right.
of saying that, because for me, if you do it, I can do it.
Right.
I brought my
Right.
nephew so he can see if I can do it, he can do it.
Right.
And you
And
offered
he
him a
gonna do
podcast
it.
too before he even got down here.
He
He
was
didn't know
quick,
this.
yep.
He didn't know this was on his plate today at all. Nephew, Uncle, what you doing? Yeah, I'm doing a podcast. Come with me.
Yes.
You understand? So people project their fears and all these other things on you young people. I tell you right now, do not let anybody put you in a box.
Right.
Do not let nobody tell you what your limit is. Don't let nobody tell you what your ceiling is or your floor or nothing else.
Right.
You learn, from my opinion, all we are a lot of different pieces of peoples that we add up to make who we are.
Right.
So you saw somebody you like the way they wore their hair. You saw somebody you like the way he treated his wife, or
Right.
things like that. So then you add and take that. But you like the guy that don't smoke cigarettes. Okay,
Right.
he did all these things to smoke. I'm not gonna take the smoking cigarette part. So
Right.
we just a lot of different pieces of other people.
Right.
So, but don't let in your experience. Don't feel bad about that. It's called. Let me give you an analogy. A thing that I've learned. So, Eagle, the United States of America, where we at currently, soon to not be, but the United States of America, their national bird is a bald eagle. The only thing in nature that messes with a bald eagle is a crow. A black, common, eat the garbage you see outside a crow.
Right.
The crow gets on the eagle's back and attacks him from the back. He's pecking at his head. He don't go for his feet, his wings, and nothing. He's pecking at his head. He's literally on his back. The eagle can't claw him backwards because his claw's in the front. So the eagle don't bother him. He peck him in his head. Let him go. He peck him. Eagle don't say nothing. Don't confuse. Don't argue. No nothing. He ain't trying to have an adverse reaction. You know how the eagle deals with it? He keep going higher. He take him up to 10,000 square feet to where he can't breathe and he fall out. So anytime you're dealing with that, when they telling you, no, you ain't religious or you don't believe God the way we used to believe God, whatever it is, keep going higher on them and they'll fall off. Don't worry about it.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. Thank you. Although I already got my confirmation from God, I just wanted to hear that.
There you go.
Because I don't really, like I said, when I invite people on, this is usually about them and sharing their story. But for some reason, not some reason, my higher power told me to share that so that my family members can hear and understand that we all have to go through this point, and it's up to you if you really want to do it and continue to walk through it.
Listen, there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut to success. There's no I can pay 10,000 to actually be the person who, if I mean something, I say what I mean and I mean what I say.
Yep.
You understand? If I tell you I love you, I mean that.
Exactly.
If I tell you run with me or run from me, I mean that.
Right.
So there's nobody you can pay. I think the internet is kind of like, I'm a dinosaur. I didn't grow up with the internet.
Right.
I got on internet a year ago when I wrote the book because God told me I got to serve where the people at.
Right.
So I'm learning things about friends now, like in the internet world. I'm just like, wow, you did that? Like, oh, these boys, I'm talking about, these are supposed to be official street guys. Oh, I mean, cap tap. I mean, oh, man. It's amazing to me.
Okay, 1 second. We got to get ready to go on break. But when we come back, y'all, we going to talk more about healing and growth because this is something amazing, and transformation and personal transformation is deep. So we get to hear it from Cortez here. So when we come back, we'll tap a little bit more into it.
Clutter piling up? Need a fresh start? And you want someone you can trust. Let the Queens of Clean take care of it all. Queens Organize Things, Inc. We don't just clean, we connect with our clients, tailoring every service to fit your unique needs. Basic cleaning services start at just $40 an hour. Need more? We do it all, from home, office, and commercial spaces to event cleanup and remodeling to create a beautiful space. Our organizing services start at $60 an hour. Call or email us today to book your appointment now. Queens Organize Things, where clean meets calm, turn your chaos into order, and giving you back some time.
Being on Best of the Best TV means your story locked in forever. Sir Quentin know how to make you look official. And if you're watching and sharing, that's how you catch the ones really making noise.
I'm the best thing poppin'. Put me on your podcast. I'ma be the main topic. Your whole city love you. Your swag really rockin'. Gotta shut up and hustle. We ain't tryna hear no talking, nah. Sir Quentin in the building. We doing this for the city. So if you need the latest new music, just get it with him. It's all love in the phone. And you know how this go. We the best of the best. We bout to bankroll.
Shut up and hustle.
All right, we back. So we were talking about healing and actually changing, right? So like I was saying before, it's so many people out here that's stuck, and the feelings is something that keep a lot of people stuck spiritually. Can you give some advice on that?
There's some things that keep people stuck spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a parable. The Lord gives a parable about fertile seed, about fertile ground and the seed. So the seed is like the word of God, and then the ground is like the people.
Mm-hmm.
So some went on the path, some was in fertile seed, some was in shallow seed, in shallow ground, some was on rocky ground. So when you hear it, you're enthusiastic about it right away, but then you got no backbone. When something comes up, you're like, oh, why me?
Right, yep.
Personally, I live, don't why me, try me. And then you get other people to where you get it, and then you feel like it takes a little more discipline, and you have to serve and put others in front of you, and you like, nah, well, man, I got this other thing that I want to do my way, and then they fall away that way. And then you got others to where, just like the cares of the world, like what mama and them think, and what my cousin gonna say about it, and what my girlfriend or anything think about it. Man, you got to be sold out. You got to be firm in your convictions, and you know what you know. I'm gonna tell you, you don't know everything.
Right.
But if you have a genuine heart and you really believe that you're making the right decisions, you just do the next right thing you know to do. You're not gonna never know it all.
Exactly.
As you learning, because of course you more and you learning and you learning. So then you'll be okay. But you don't let nobody tell you you're wrong or whatever you is.
Right.
Now, let me tell you this too, though. A lot of religious people are the most hypocritical people I've ever met in my life. Mm-hmm. And what kept me from, religion a long time was like it made men seem feminine to me, and like they were, don't say this, don't do this, things like that. What up, Dre, my boy? Hebrew.
Hey, how you doing?
Brew. And a lot of my friends are Hebrew Israelites. I don't have a specific religion to say, but I can have a dialogue, whatever. I have Jewish friends, I have Hindu friends, and you have to be able to have an articulate conversation. If you want to win somebody to your side or explain to them what you believe, then you have to be able to have a conversation with them. So I can't say that I'm right and you wrong and you going to hell and all of these things, because that's not I don't got a heaven or hell to put nobody in. I can just tell you from my experience what I believe, and we can compare notes until we get to enlightenment.
Right.
So.
So I ask a lot of people this, especially when I'm talking about spiritual transformation, or I'm talking to people about alignment and balance within life, right?
Okay.
What does the role forgiveness, what does that play? Like, that's a big part in it.
That's another hour question. That's another hour question. You on fire today. Let me tell you the short answer. The short answer to it. And the way I speak, y'all forgive me, the way I speak, I try to give context and insight to what I'm getting to and give real life tangible examples, because that's how I learn.
Okay.
I have to be able to put phrases and words to things to check it in the box. Now, forgiveness, literally, I would say starting with unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting you to die. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be forgiven, which we all have done things that we need to be forgiven for, you have to forgive. It's a mandate.
Right.
A phrase that helps me not be violent. I used to be a very violent person. I was raised to where me and you have an argument. If you whoop me, you was right. If I whoop you, I was right. It ain't no coming to no concession about it. Like, I was raised that way, literally. So that was a solution to a lot of my problems.
Right.
I'm gonna put the hand of God on you. Like, I'm just gonna drop the hammer on you.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm killing ants with sledgehammers. I made it in this city with no name to hide behind, because the person know if you did, they might have probably wasn't scared of me, but they know if you did anything to him, he gonna overdo it.
Right.
Oh, so So a long time I lived my life that way. That was a real solution to my problems, right? So getting older and seeing different things, and the Lord blessed me with these opportunities to work on me and show me that you can't do those things. So when you pray for patience, God don't give you patience. God put you in a situation where you gotta have patience. So the same thing with the violence there, right? So I put a phrase to it. Like I said, help me. I put a phrase to it. I can't drive to Paris. Can't drive to Paris to me means if I want to go to Paris, which we've been, it's awesome, you got to drive a boat, you got to fly, or teleport if they figure that out. You cannot drive to Paris. So don't bust his head when you do something you don't like, literally.
Right.
So if you see me mumbling like, don't drive to Paris, if you hear me saying don't drive to Paris, get away from me, because it's going to be bad for you for real. So that's what forgiveness really means, is that if you want to be forgiven, you got to forgive. It's a mandate. It's not an option. It's not a choice. You have to do it.
Right.
Now I'm not to put an asterisk to it. I'm not saying that be a fool to where you gotta. I would say forgive and remove would be the the asterisk tool is forgive and remove. So you don't keep making the same mistakes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's an old parable where the guy says it's a scorpion and a frog. This is a flood comes through like we just experienced in Milwaukee. Flood. Scorpion say, "Man, give me a ride on your back to the other side of the flood, and we both would be saved. But I'm gonna drown over here."
Right.
Frog like, "Man, ain't no way. You a scorpion, fam. I don't deal with you. Our kind don't mix.
Right.
I'm not doing it." He like, "Listen, man." He said, "You gonna sting me?" He said, "Why would I sting you? Like we both gonna drown. Like I'm gonna die too." He like, "You know what? You right." So okay, come on, get on my back. We gonna get over there. Frog get about 3 jumps in. He halfway through the thing. The scorpion starts stinging him in his back. On the way for them dying, Frog like, fam, man, why did you sting the scorpion? Man, you know I was a scorpion when you picked me up. I'm doing what scorpions do.
You just let me convince you that I was not going.
Listen, so it's just like that.
Oh,
you know who ain't no
my
good
God.
When you meet this guy. Listen, you meet this girl at the club. She
Right.
didn't have nothing on. Y'all went and then you built a life with her, and expected her to be like, come on, fam. You did that to yourself. I'm not mad at her. Look, people come to me for counseling, like, bro, she just won't do right, and she ain't. Man, listen, fam. You know who she was when you met her.
Right.
The same way with women. They tell like
Yeah.
you want to get the guy after guy. Let me tell you women too. This is just a side note since we're talking. I knew we were going to have some talk. Mona, Port Washington, a legend. My auntie, a legend. Port Washington, monster. Real. So if we gonna go viral. So
Okay.
so listen. So young people. Young men, young women, let me tell you from a man's perspective, young women, you cannot make a guy be faithful to you. You can't make him love you. You can't make him not cheat on you. You can't make him stay with you. A baby ain't gonna do it. 2 babies ain't gonna do it. Giving them your tax money ain't gonna do
Nope.
it. I'm telling you right now. A man, and this is biblical, but I've learned this, a man has to choose a woman.
Right. Yeah.
Young women, what you can do, or young people, period, or guys or whoever, the best thing you can do to attract what you want is be that.
Yep.
If you want somebody successful, become successful.
Yep.
And being in your different levels of success, your level of success is not going to be determined by what I think it is, or what Shavonda thinks it is, or what Keon thinks it is. You decide what you getting up and making your bed every day is the first step to success. When you get out your bed, turn your covers and make your bed up. Our old drill sergeant told my partner that. My partner told me, getting out your bed and making a bed, that's the first step to success right there.
Yep.
In a day, you've accomplished something, right? So don't let nobody think that, I don't care how good she look or how good he look or how good he smell, and I smell great. Don't let the guy fool you or trick you to, put all of your energy into yourself.
Yep.
To become the person that attracts the person you want.
Yeah.
And that's how you get what you want. That's how you get to what you need. Another thing, stop putting so much pressure on yourself for relationships. Either you married or you single.
Exactly.
Let me be the first to tell you. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I counsel and mentor and life coach. We got a camp every year we do, AAYI, 100 black kids, take them to DC, take them to meet the Bucks, Brewers, executives, all these different things. It's a dynamic to where they go to, like 220 schools or like suburban schools. So when they're at the schools, they're not black enough for the teachers. But when they're back in the neighborhood, they're not white enough when they're out there with them. But then when you get back to the neighborhood, they're not black enough. So
Right.
it's a really strange dichotomy. Like for me, I'm from the country. From when I'm here, you country. When I'm down there, they're like, you from up north. So, you know what I mean? So it's a real thing to where. So, and the counselors have more of an adverse reaction to the kids. I'm telling the kids, like, listen, don't put so much pressure on yourself.
Right.
Like, we hanging out until we agree not to hang out.
Exactly.
I'm not going to beat you up or when you leave or nothing like that, but either you married or you single.
Exactly.
If you took in whatever that marriage is, I don't mean that you had to take a stamp, but if you, biblically, you took those steps to say, I'm committed to you and you had that conversation, then that's a thing versus we're dating.
Right.
Take the pressure out of that. Don't, A lot of kids, because I'm dealing with kids. I've had kids that's committed suicides and all of these things about relationships or
Wow.
being, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship.
Right.
The friends turn their back on the guy, and he, so these are real life things that we dealing with. These are real life things to where, we're of an age group to where your friends was your worst enemies. Like, you know what I mean? Your friends talk about you so bad that when somebody else say, "Oh, that don't mean nothing," but now kids are not like that.
Right.
So don't put so much pressure on yourself. Don't all these relationship things. We together. We agree to hang out with each other until we don't.
We don't. That's that. All right. So that was actually one of the questions. So thank you. It was the question was, how can people practice growth emotionally and spiritually?
So emotional intelligence is first off, know thyself above all. When people now, there's a word now that I hear that my goddaughter and them use is trigger. Oh, you're triggering me. but I get it. I get it. Everybody got triggers. Know what your trigger is,
Right.
And avoid it at all costs. Because if it's gonna get muddy. So I'm gonna tell you the difference between growing up in the country and growing up in the city. For me, now coming from the country. Shannon, Mississippi, what's her name? Coming from the country, and racism is real, and Klan is real, and all these things are real things in my lifetime. It was a mutual respect to where if you don't mess with me and I don't mess with you, we stay out of each other's way.
Right.
Cause if not, it's gonna be fireworks.
Right.
You wave, you get a bob, you keep moving. We don't mix. In this city, when I came, it ain't that way. It's your friend, the guy that's riding with you, who know who your side girl is, know where your stash at, know where that's the guy that gets you. And it took me a minute to catch up. Like, man, no, we friends. Like he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do me that.
Huh.
But that's the one that's what it is.
Yeah.
In this city. So I'll say that having emotional intelligence to know that because a person says that they're your friends,
Yep.
that doesn't mean that they're friends.
Yep.
You judge on their actions and not with their words. Just like you dealing with a person, y'all in relationships, young people may understand this. Your girlfriend might tell you, man, I hate you. But at the same time, like, I hate you, don't leave. You walking out the door. You understand? Yeah, she said she hates you, but she's grabbing your ankles as you're trying to leave out of your door. Like, so she might love me. You know what I mean? So don't judge on what people say. You believe, 10% of what they say, 90% of what they see, what you see.
Right.
Like old parents used to say, go on what I do and not, do what I do and not what I say type thing. Kind of like that. Don't be tricked. So the first part of that is emotional intelligence. What was the second question? The second part of the first question?
It was pretty much talking about, what was it? Spiritually.
So spiritually, again, you judge the spirit by the spirit. You have to know what the Lord says if you're reading this word. Now, I've read the Christian Bible. I've read the Quran. I've read the Septuagint. I have an Ethiopian Bible that I study out now. It's the most complete Bible, 78 books. It has Enoch. You have to know what to compare it to know what it was being said.
Right.
Whether you judge for yourself, but you have to know what the word is,
right,
so you can know how to judge against it. Somebody telling you the right thing or the wrong thing. Like, you know what I mean? So being able spiritually, I would say everybody, you need to read. You got to read. You got to read. You got to read. Now you take.
Speaking of the next question.
You take or leave whatever in that moment, but you got to read. So, so I'll say this. Even if you're not where you at, or even if you're not where you want to be, you need to know or have the base to what you're measuring yourself to the distance of what it'll be.
Right.
So thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt whatever. If you don't know that, then that's not something to. Story Elementary. Got kids I mentor. They give me all the schools I'm in. They give me the worst kids it is. To them, they like me. They give me the worst kids it is. So I'm having a session in the class, and the teachers, I stopped doing it so much because the teachers are like using me against the kids. Like, oh, I'm not gonna let you go see Mr. Cortez because I come an hour a week on Wednesdays. Thursday morning, you got into it with the teacher. This is next Wednesday again.
Right.
Oh, Johnny can't go with you because last Thursday I'm like, man, I'm not their dad for one.
Right.
And I'm the only release they got, probably from not busting your head. So whatever he did to you, you got to deal with that. He don't do that to me. He's gonna come with me on Wednesdays for an hour.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's that's the strange thing to me, to where they're trying to tell me there's a list all the teachers line up at the door telling me, yeah, so-and-so did this and that. I'm like, man, that ain't what I'm here for. I don't know. Y'all got the wrong idea. And so I talked to him about the 10 Commandments. Mm-hmm. Thou shalt not lie. Man, the young man told me, he said, man, what? I said, yeah, lying is a sin. It's wrong. He like, man, what are you talking about? I said, bro, he said, you get pulled over by the police. You got a gun and 2 pigs in the car. 6th grader. Oh, 6th grade, we was on that.
Oh, wow.
You supposed to, you ain't gonna lie. You ain't supposed to lie. I said, yeah, man, you don't have to lie. You could take your lick, get out. Literally, you could take your lick, get out, roll it into a landscaping company versus smoking grass. You can mow the grass and get the same amount of money. Turned his ears all the way off and threw with that. You ain't supposed to lie. Quentin had no idea. He told me, man, you lying for telling me lying is wrong. Literally.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. Speaking about reading, right? You was just telling people you have to read more, right? What is it? You're an author. So what inspired you to become an author?
So I am the author of Coming to Christ. What inspired me to be an author was that I was having, like my son, I was laying in the bed having a day vision thing. And the Lord said to me, verbatim, write a book, call it Coming to Christ, and gave me a list of testimonies to put in it. This is 2018. I published the book last year, 2025. The book was done probably in 20. But I didn't know anything about like publishing books, or I didn't ever met any other writers, or nobody in my family ever wrote a book or none of that. So I wrote the book because I was ordered to write the book, but because I feel like I had to, share God's words. I know it's other people like me. I got friends and partners who live like me, and they see me now, like I go for God. And they like, man, like my partner, one of my best friends, Kilo, he's like, man, like you really changed.
Right.
Like he know me. Like,
right.
Yeah, you really changed. And I'm like, yeah, God really changed you. It ain't it ain't like a magic thing to where what happened, what changes you, it doesn't necessarily, it'll change you, but the change ain't like how everybody think. The change is like, if you say, so a lot of guys like, oh, I'm a real one. So if you're a real one, it's just like somebody gave you 100 keys and you see them in the street and you ain't gonna give them no head up or show, just tell everybody like, man, dog gave me 100 bricks. I'm up because of him. Literally, I'm up because of him. So I gotta give him his credence. I gotta give him his due. He got all the things. Man, ain't nobody in my family get to do the stuff I do.
Exactly.
At all.
Right.
Nobody even know do the stuff I do.
Right.
So God is the only thing that allowed me to do that.
Yeah.
So I got to tell everybody, listen, I met God organically. Didn't nobody tell me about God. I met God organically. His words is real.
Yes.
It's true. Everything he said was true from my experience. I've had an experience literally to where meet a man on Venice Beach, verify with my son there, meet a man on Venice Beach, the man is dead. Call the ambulance, they work on him 50 minutes, dead. Turn around, pray to God, the man got life. Because I've read and go to the source. I read him actually when Paul brought Dorcas back, Dorcas was a wealthy woman in the Bible. They don't talk a lot about Dorcas, but she was like the first church was in her house. And everybody loved Dorcas. She did yarns and had purple linen and, things like that. Like, she was wealthy. And she died, and they was weeping and sorry, and they like, no, man, like, call Paul. Like, we don't know what to do, but call Paul.
Right.
Paul came and put everybody out and laid on her and prayed. And brought her back. That's the first thing that came to mind. To be honest with you, I was gambling with some Crips before this. Literally, like 5 minutes before this happened. We on Venice Beach. I leave from Muscle Beach and go to a whole nother side. Me and my son. I take my son to LA for a day. This is welcome to manhood. We gonna stay on the beach, party, live like rock stars, like how I used to live to show my son the ropes. We doing everything. Drive Ferraris. I don't want to drive Ferrari. It was all kinds of stuff. Maybe another time I'll tell you about it. But drive to a whole nother side of the beach for no reason. See this guy won't let me take my gaze off of him. And sure enough, he's dead. I've never called the police for anything in my life. This is how bad that it is, and so much trauma or trigger it is from police that I had to really sit and contemplate, like, man, should I call the police? This man is dead.
Right.
Should I call the police? I'm like, man, I don't know.
Whew.
So David Hasselhoff and them driving on the beach, just like the movies. I'm doing jumping jacks. People walking past this guy. I see people walking past the guy. Now I go, touch him, ice cold, purple, stiff as a board. He done gave up the ghost. He got blood running 3 feet from his head. Cooked. Chest naked, got a blanket on. It's October. It's like 80 degrees on the beach. And I call the police and say, 911, I got a dead guy, need help. They, were you so-and-so? I'm like, I'll hang up on him. So they send the ambulance, they just stay with him. They come and work on the guy. And now it's a crowd. And they like, is he okay? He's going to be all right and all this. I'm like, man, I seen everybody walking past him. Now it's a concern because the police and the ambulance is here. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, put him in the bag. Let's go.
Right.
They're working on him 30 minutes. I asked the EMT, I said, have you ever seen somebody come back to life after being dead 30 minutes? They like, no. I'm like, well, zip him up. Let's go. I'm mad. Because now everybody's concerned. The son comes. The police come. Me and the police nose to nose. We about to fight. Like, I done him something. I tell you, I find a dead man. Y'all asking me all these questions. Did you touch him? Why were you here? All these things. So it was bad. Like, regret calling the police right now. So, long story short, the next EMTs come. They working on it, got 30 minutes. The next EMTs come is 20 minutes. My shirt off, I'm pacing out, man. I'm ready to go. I answer these questions. I'm ready to go. Messing up my son's vacation. I say, have you ever seen somebody, when the first EMTs got on, I prayed. My prayer was, Lord, if he's one of yours, receive him. It's not let him see your face before you send him the other way. Truly is my prayer. I got down on my knees, prayed. The next EMTs come after working on him. I was with him 10 minutes before they came. They worked on him 30 minutes, still nothing. They got the crash box, no lines of blood pressure, no heart rhythm, and no oxygen on this crash box.
Right.
It's so strong that when you push the button, it says clear, clear. You got to step back the current and jump to you. So they doing all of this, and crash boxing 4 or 5 times, no line, no life. After the EMTs get there, 30 minutes, no, we ain't seen nobody come back this late. Some more EMTs come. I said, listen, man, have y'all ever seen somebody come back after being dead 50 minutes? The one EMT, the guy says no, but anything's possible. As soon as he said that,
he got it.
Nope. As soon as he said that, I thought anything is possible. I know it is possible with the source. I turn, this time I don't get on my knees. I turn my back. I say, get up. I started saying, get up, get up, get up now. And I'm like, I felt convicted. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm bossing God.
Right.
So then I turned my back and the prayer was, Lord, if it's your will, move now. Turn back around. The EMTs I got a picture, hit their head against each other because they looking at me, eyes like saucers. We got to post, we got to post, we got to post. All filmed, all on camera, all verified. We got to post right now. Now, the man never got up and said, hey, Cortez, at all. But after 50 minutes in purple and no brand color come back, he has audibles, he has blood pressure, he has oxygen, he has a heart, and he has a heart rhythm.
Right.
So it was a guy. So it was a guy, it was like a surfer guy. So they picked me up. Like the crowd, like
right.
I'm freaking out, like, no, don't touch me, don't touch me.
Right.
Like, I see what you did. Like, I didn't do nothing at all. Literally, I ain't do nothing. It was one particular guy. The guy says, man, I seen everything. He's hysterical. I had to like grab him, like slap him to calm him down. He was like all over me. He's like, I seen what happened. I seen what you did. He said that something told me to go talk to the guy. He had a beer and I was drinking a beer to go talk to him some hours ago and I didn't. He says that I never believed God at all. But from seeing this situation, I knew all of this happened for this guy.
Ooh.
The people that he's able to touch and experience that he gonna share, gonna save way more people than I could, because God took me through all that just for this dude.
Yep.
He said, I never believed God at all. I thought it was all hocus pocus, but I seen exactly what happened today, and I know now that God is real.
We'll be back, y'all. Let's go on another commercial break.
Clutter piling up? Need a fresh start? And you want someone you can trust. Let the Queens of Clean take care of it all. Queens Organize Things, Inc. We don't just clean, we connect with our clients, tailoring every service to fit your unique needs. Basic cleaning services start at just $40 an hour. Need more? We do it all, from home, office, and commercial spaces to event cleanup and remodeling to create a beautiful space. Our organizing services start at $60 an hour. Call or email us today to book your appointment now. Queens Organize Things, where clean meets calm, turn your chaos into order, and giving you back some time.
Welcome to Sir Quentin Cinema, where the grind meets the big screen. We capture the hustle, the vision, the vibe. Lock in today. Call 414-378-9001. Sir Quentin Cinema. Shut up and hustle.
Shut up and hustle.
All right. So you said your granny called you at the end. What'd she say?
So in this moment, this is the second miracle I ever witnessed. The first miracle I ever witnessed called me in that exact same moment. God, if it's your will, move now. We got to post. We got to post. Phone ring. It's my grandma. Boy, you ain't called me. You done made it to L.A.? Yeah, Mom. This guy was dead. Now he's not dead. He's like, Grandma, first miracle I ever witnessed. She got cancer. She been chewing tobacco since she was 6. Old school. Say she got cancer. We're going to do chemo. We're going to do radiation. That don't work. Then que sera. She's 80.
Right.
Day of the surgery. Whole family's there. They got a color-coded chart in the lobby that say, well, if it's blue, you in surgery. If it's green, you post-surgery, during the surgery, and post-op, whatever
Right.
the colors is. Me, my mom, and my auntie in the back. My grandma laying on the cart, on the gurney. It's 6 a.m. They sent a minister back there to wrap the Catholic guy with he got a cross long big as his check. In my experience, man, the bigger the cross, the bigger the crook to me. Shavana, you had to see his cross. His cross is big as the camera. Quentin, his cross was bigger than your computer. I'm like, nah. Like, you mind if we pray for you? Yes, I do. No. So I tell
You instantly said no?
No, instantly. Judge the spirit by the spirit. I tell the guy, move. I don't know if the guy's a bad guy or not.
Right.
From my experience, bigger the cross, bigger the crook. I tell him, no. So I pray. We hold hands. I pray for it. My prayer earnestly will, like, let your will be done, God. Whatever your will it is, we trust you. We believe you will let your will be done. So go back to the lobby. We waiting. Surgery's supposed to be 45 minutes, hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. We sitting in the lobby. 4 hours. Color board ain't changed. Now, when people say like tension or something like, oh, the elephant in the room.
Yep.
Now, we all nervous. Ain't nobody said nothing. We still jovial and making jokes. Ain't nobody said nothing. But
Right.
everybody see this color ain't changed, right? Mm-hmm. A little while later, the doctor, not the nurse, the doctor come out, walking slow, start taking that little doily, taking that little hat off. I started saying, you better not say it. You better not say it.
Right.
The man says, oh, darn this thing. I know we're here to cut cancer out of our mouth, but we can't find no cancer to cut out our mouth.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, like that. So the first miracle I ever witnessed called me if I had a thought it was by chance or whatever, called me at the exact second. I hadn't talked to him in 4 days. Called me the exact second, the second miracle I ever witnessed. So God confirms his word, as I told you earlier.
Ooh-wee.
2 and 3.
Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Oh my God, you got so many great stories. And this is just it's so beautiful. We definitely have to connect more because I love these stories, literally. And it's stories that helps me connect back to my own self. Like, dang, yep.
It's possible.
Yep,
It's real.
Yep. So one more question before we get ready to wrap it up, because the show usually ends at 7 and it's already like 54. How do you know that you have truly changed and it's just not a temporarily improvement?
That's a big one too. The short answer to that is conviction. I could go crazy. Quentin say something right now, violate me. I'll tear everything up in here.
Right.
But then right after that, I had to give him $10,000. Like, man, I'm sorry. I lost it. So it's conviction. So when you do something and that you show up and you lash out, because it'll happen.
Right.
That you and show up, you can't see the Holy Spirit convict you so bad you can't sleep with it. You can't go past it. You can't let it go. You can't ignore it. You got to go try to make amends and make it right.
Yeah.
So that's the short answer to it. That's how you know you really changed. So if you still could do what you used to do and go to sleep and go to work and it ain't had no effect on you, then you haven't changed. That's the short answer. If you convicted from your old actions and things that you know is not right, then you really changed.
All righty, y'all. Y'all hear that? Oh, my God. So amazing. Personal transformation is something amazing, you all. And everybody have their own unique stories. And it allow you to walk through your story, seeing a reflection of in other people's story, like I was just telling you, or you could just walk through just to hear that inspiration and to get that motivation to say, dang, he went through that. Let's change. It's time. It's my time. So wrapping it all up. If you can say one truth about spirituality and transformation, what would it be?
One truth. I would say is that, that these things are real, that you may think that, it feels like something is trying to hold me back, or it feels like something is, every time I get ahead, something's trying to pull me back, or something, every time I take 2 steps forward. These things are real.
Yes.
And they're systemically real to where there are outside forces, and I'm just talking about not spiritual, spooky things, but those things too, familiars, to where it's somebody that always keep tabs on you that you don't never even talk to or deal with, but just in your lowest moment, they pop up, hey, how you doing? Let's do this, or that's a spirit. But systemically things to where, if you're dealing with redlining, with homing or housing and things like that, to where it doesn't matter how much money you have.
Right.
If your skin is like this, your interest rate is going to be 6 times higher than somebody else's. Your down payment deposit is going to be higher. So there's things that in this world that are working against you for you to not be your best self. With that all being said, all things are possible with God. All things.
All things. Oh.
Be
And I'm sorry, y'all. I lied.
Faith. Be it according to your faith. If you believe little, you get little. If you believe big, you speak bold. You speak truth to power. You say, listen, whatever you think I am, I'm going to tell you who I am. God says that I love you. You a leader. You important. I'm here for you. I'm with you. Believe that. Go with that.
Yes, and that's what I believe, baby. Hey, mama. Oh, thank you. That's
Mother
my mama
love.
right there. Mama, we got this, okay? And I didn't lie, but I'm just so excited and so anxious. I keep peeking in this bag, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open it up and let you guys see what I got. Ooh.
You got some wine. You asked me about wine. I don't drink it, but you said you asked about wine, so I perceived that you like wine, so I got you some.
I do. You see the little mugs? Yeah.
You got a candle, you can set the mood. When nephew come, y'all like the candle, set the mood.
All righty. Go ahead and let my viewers tell them where they can find you at, how they can tap into you. Let them know how they can receive your book.
Okay, so the book Coming to Christ is on Barnes and Nobles and online, Target, on Amazon, in a few libraries in California, Silicon Valley, and I believe Walmart is I don't know, it's not confirmed, but I believe Walmart was talking or doing something. But Barnes and Nobles, wherever you normally get books, digital or platform, Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Target, and in a few libraries. I could be reached on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. My wife does all that. I'm a dinosaur. I'm not hip to it. So if you hit me on that and I don't hit you back, don't be offended. You could always call me too live and catch me anywhere. I'm affiliated with AAYI. I'm affiliated with Milwaukee Public School Districts, a few different places. So I'm around here like a donut.
All righty, y'all. With that being said, once again, I thank you and nephew. And nephew, I look so forward to you coming on to the show, okay? Okay, we got to get you on. You want to say hi to the camera before we leave?
What's up, man? I'm Keon.
Tell me about the business.
I have my own business called KC Demolition. Y'all, I don't got an app yet, so y'all can really get me at.
You said they can't hear him?
No,
Oh, they can't really
All
hear you.
KC Demolition, this is Keon Perry. He do clean outs, he do hauls, everything. The code word for the giveaway, I'm giving a free haul giveaway for my event space, is abracadabra.
Ooh.
So whoever tap in, you put it in, then you get in the drawing to get a $600 gift essentially. But Keon is a football player. He goes Milwaukee Academy of Science. He has a 4.0.
Yes,
and he's from the
love
field,
it.
so young kids, you can learn a lot from the guy. The guy's not he's still on Atkinson, so he ain't, he's not somebody that grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth, or any of
Exactly.
that, but he's taking the opportunity that he has and making the best of it. You can be and have everything you want coming from meager beginnings or anything else, just
Yep.
like me, just like Shavonna, just like Quinn, just like everybody. So
Yep.
don't look at any obstacles that you have and say this is too big to overcome. You can
Yep.
overcome anything with God.
Woo! Yes, you are. Abracadabra is the code word for the hog giveaway, or the hog giveaway. So yes, mama. So with that being said, I really do. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Great show.
And again, thank you all for watching.
Great show. Thank you so much.